Hello everyone, today we are gonna talk about the second part of our project work, the primary interest of the firm. The analyzed companies are Nike and Adidas. So let's start with Nike. And Nike mission statement is to bring inspiration and innovation to every athlete in the world. If you have a body, you are an athlete. This highlights three components: bringing innovation, bringing inspiration, and every athlete in the world. Also, our mission is what drives us to do everything possible to expand the human potential. Analyzing the mission and how Nike focuses on new ideas by designing technologically items to satisfy needs and also thinking sustainably by giving a huge attention to the environment and to be socially responsible. So it's possible to recognize a mix of both stakeholders and firm orientation.
Primary interest of the firm. Considering the mission set by Nike management, it can be seen that it contains two elements of Agencia's core interest: the finalism, why, and how it creates value. We can see what produce, how produce, and why produce. That's primary interest, and for whom, how create value Nike, and in what time create it value that's short and long term.
The third element of the mission of the firm is how to produce that is connected to the business model of the azienda. According to the business model, first we have the input and then the business activity that transfers the input into output. And finally, we have the outcome. At the top of the business model, we found the governance since it defines the missions and the visions of the firm. For what concerns the how, Nike's strategy is to achieve long-term revenue growth by creating must-have products. And Nike has created a corporate culture rich with employee loyalty and team spirit.
So as we know, the common good theory is the reconciliation between an instrumental and normative approach. So basically, if the business entity chose to pursue a social responsibility towards the community, it means it can be considered as a common good. As we can see, Nike has the following arranged according to the firm prioritizations. Customers are the top priority, communities, employees, governments, interest group. Despite the company's code of ethics, we can assert that Nike can be considered as a common good, since it focuses on the interest of all stakeholders and community.
Nike promotes its social responsibility through three areas: the diversity and inclusion, community investment, and environmental sustainability. For what concerns the environmental responsibility, Nike ensures their suppliers and manufacturers are committed to their goal of carbon neutrality. In Nike, we find the financial, monetary and interest equilibrium, so we can say that we have achieved an economic equilibrium.
Now about Adidas.
So Adidas' mission statement is to be the global leader in the sporting goods industry with the brands built on a passion for sports and sporting life. We can see that there are some key points as improving sports, going beyond expectations, innovation and creativity, being global leader. So the company wants to show people that having a sporty lifestyle is exceptional to improve sports, having a sustainable roadmap and providing them with the best solutions on the market regardless of the case. So after analyzing the mission, we can say that Adidas is focusing on both stakeholders and firm orientation.
Now about primary interest of the firm Adidas. Primary interest is why produced and for whom creates value Adidas. The company acknowledges the competitiveness of the sportwear boots and accessories market, and therefore only the best players can thrive there. In addition to Nike, Adidas create value only for long-term period.
In the Adidas business model, the main resources are the human and physical resources. And its main strategy is the own the game. That means that puts the consumer at the heart of everything. Adidas aims to develop long-term relationships with the stakeholders, contributing to a strong economy and a social well-being.
To summarize, we can say that the common good reflects the fact that an enterprise should have a social purpose and responsibility. To achieve the objectives by Adidas focuses on three areas: environmental, human rights, and employee development, focusing on sustainability as written on the webpage about engagement with stakeholders that affect or are get affected by operation, including employees, authorities such as governments, business partners, customers. So we can certainly say that Adidas is a common good since it focuses on the interest of all its stakeholders and community.
To achieve the social responsibility objectives, Adidas focuses on three key areas: environmental sustainability, human rights, and employee development. Environmental sustainability is a key component of the Adidas business model. In fact, in 2021, the company announced that it will use more than 60% recycled polyester in its shoes and apparel lines. And in Adidas, we found an overall balance since in the long term, the firm doesn't damage the condition of survival and growth of itself.
Thank you for your attention.